y'all
Hey,
doing?
how you doing?
Good as always.
It's February. New month, new set.
Not.
I
New
mean,
topic.
y'all like it? This is cute.
Is we not
right?
cute?
It's giving.
We did our big one.
We
Okay.
did.
Coming in
we
the form.
did,
Coming in the
we
form.
did.
Mhm.
You know,
Took us a little while, but
It
here
did.
we are.
but
we
we
are.
did it.
We did it.
Period.
So let us know down in the comments if y'all like
like
it. And if you don't say nothing. 'Cause
Don't.
Right.
we not about to play with y'all.
We don't care.
We not changing shit. So, all right. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I digress.
All right.
Let's get back to it.
If you haven't caught up with our episodes, we'll reintroduce ourselves. I'm Renika.
I am Tony.
I am Star,
I'm Tam.
and we are 3
3
to
to
105. And just to remind y'all, anybody can get it. Don't play
Anybody.
with us. Don't,
Anybody.
don't play with us.
They not lying. They're not lying.
They don't want to.
So what are we talking about today?
So, I mean, I've been real reflective lately. And
I noticed.
New Year.
Mhm.
yeah,
New year,
I'm not
new
even gonna say
you.
New Year, new me.
Oh no, you don't
Okay.
do that.
It's the same on you?
I mean, I'm shedding some versions of me.
Oh.
So I will say maybe a new me. I'm
Okay.
in a silent season right now.
Okay.
But we're gonna be talking a lot today though.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I think the topic today, we're talking about experiences that have changed our perspective on life.
Oh,
You
that's
know,
deep.
yeah,
That's deep.
because perspective changes everything.
Yeah.
True.
Ah,
I
well,
agree.
So I'm not gonna go first because
You're not gonna go first?
So
I mean, I can, there's been quite a bit of experiences that have helped to shape my perspective on life. But one of the biggest things that I can say really just really opened my eyes to some stuff. I still haven't really dealt with it, but I lost my aunt some years ago. And there was a moment where I really thought that I could rekindle a relationship with my father.
Okay.
Mhm.
Um, Needless to say, that didn't happen. When my aunt passed away, a lot of things came to the surface. There was a lot of drama. And because of that, I had to look at everything from a different angle. Before, I would say, it's cool, I can deal with it. It's, my father lives in Michigan, so I'm not really around him like that, or wasn't really around him like that, I would say that. But I had an aunt also that I was very, very close to. Very close to. And my relationship with her completely tarnished after the situation. When my aunt passed away, you got to see this was my first time having somebody that close. I've lost a grandparent, but this is the woman that raised me. This was my first time losing somebody that close and then seeing the aftermath of how people act. Greed. And she didn't have nothing. I'm gonna say that. Like, she didn't have a lot. She really didn't. But greed took over.
Yeah.
And you saw these changes in these people that you used to look up to. People that, like, I used to talk to my aunt every single day. I have not spoken to her since 2021.
Wow.
Just
Yeah, that's
because
rough.
of what they showed me. I was raised by this woman. This woman helped to shape the person that I am today. And I always thought that even though you would hear blood is thicker than water, you know, for me, I couldn't grasp what was happening. So I couldn't grieve because I was so busy being angry about everything that was going on. And I looked at family different.
Yeah.
I looked at relationships differently. I made the decision that I was not going to try to work on any relationships that no longer served me or that were toxic. But literally, when I say it took me until 2021 and that situation to happen, that's when I finally said, You don't have to keep family in your life if
Nope.
they do not serve you or if they show a different side. Because what I saw from them, the way that things unfolded, all I kept thinking to myself is that could very well happen to me. They
Mm-hmm.
could flip on me the same way that they flipped on her. There was all the tears and the all everything on her deathbed. No sooner than she was gone, we sitting there trying to figure out how we can really take this, get that, and do. And don't get me wrong, there were a lot of different circumstances surrounding the situation, but how it was handled was messy.
Mm-hmm.
And how they handled myself and my cousin was messy.
Yeah.
And because of that, I no longer look at family as because we share blood.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta treat you a certain way. I gotta
Yeah.
try to make amends. I gotta work on stuff. That's when I really realized just how strong my cutoff game could be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was strong before that. It was the strongest at that point because I really said, these relationships have shown me that I've been blind to a lot of things. These people didn't just become this way.
And they say that funerals and weddings bring out people's true
Yes.
colors.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like you see so much of that. And it's sad because especially funerals, you think this is a time like we're all going to show up for each other. We're going to be there. We're going to support each other. And a lot of times you see that family is just not
Not there.
that.
Yeah. I feel like anytime money is involved too, it brings out who people are to, like who they are to the core.
Yeah.
It's not that money changes you. It's just you operate different. You have different expectations and
Mm-hmm.
or they have different expectations of you as well. Yeah.
I don't know that. I don't know really know what the expectation was.
They
to be-
expected to get some money.
No.
They did. And they did.
Okay.
They ultimately did. But at the expense of a niece, at
Yeah.
the
Mhm,
expense of a
mhm.
daughter,
Mm-hmm.
Well,
at
that's
the expense
unfortunate.
of a
Yeah.
nephew, at the expense of relationships.
Yeah.
And I can tell you right now, the relationship with that niece and that daughter, the relationship with that nephew, and the money are all gone.
Mm-hmm.
So
Easy come, easy come. Well, it wasn't really easy
it,
come.
it wasn't easy.
No.
It was a long, hard road. But I mean, at the end of the day, I thought that them realizing that there was a loss of life here,
Yeah.
Right.
that they would at least take a moment
Mhm.
before everything set in. And there was no moment. There was not a moment. Literally had to go from trying to figure out how to grieve to literally a flight
fight.
or
Mhm.
fight.
Now, was this a
Situation.
sudden death or was this something that you were able to prepare for prior?
No, we were definitely able to prepare for her death.
Okay.
And they, you know, it was a long time coming. She had been fighting, battling cancer for years. Went into remission, it came back, went into remission again, it came back. And during all of that time, we didn't see these siblings.
Yeah.
Mm.
We didn't see them, you know. The sister, because she lived close, we did see her a little bit more. But we didn't see those siblings. I
It
had
was like Tupac coming to the the picnic.
Just showing up. One of those. Yeah, it actually, that's a great analogy because my father had not been out here at all, but somehow he made it out here on her
Get that money.
deathbed so
Yeah.
that he could
Mm-hmm.
Think it's
Some
say his
money.
goodbyes.
Oh.
I'm going to say he came to say his goodbyes.
Okay.
Whatever that is, goodbye, see you soon. Whatever it was, he showed up at that time. No other time had we seen him throughout her entire battle. I actually hadn't even spoken with him. That was my first time even
And they're
talking
siblings?
to him. They're siblings.
Okay.
Same mom, same dad. Very different personalities, all of them.
Yeah.
But you know, that very moment and it literally changed my life. It changed my life. It changed my course of days, like I said, I talk to my aunt every single day.
Mm-hmm.
I have not spoken to her in years, in years, and I don't, I don't know that I will. And
Yeah.
I've made peace with that because I don't feel like there's any possible apology that could be genuine. It's
Have you been looking for an
You don't
apology?
no. I haven't.
Yeah.
I haven't
you don't
because
think that if she issued well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I here's the thing. Um she's reached out. So I'm not going to say that an apology wouldn't have come. And to be totally honest, I don't even know if she would even know what she's apologizing for. They don't feel that they've done anything. And so
Okay.
in that situation, you know, I don't feel like you should apologize when you don't feel like you've wronged anybody. And they definitely don't feel like they've wronged me because I wasn't her biological child. And so it appears that I wasn't affected.
Mm-hmm.
But I was, because you guys literally attacked the character of the woman who raised me. So, um, I took that personal, and I
Mm-hmm.
still take it personal because I feel like they stole the opportunity for me to properly grieve this woman, because now I'm sitting here listening to all of the BS that's coming and all of the
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at all of the antics and everything else that came with that. Um, and now I look at you guys differently. I
Yeah.
don't look at you like auntie, uncle, dad. I look at you guys like people who sat back and waited for her to take her last breath before you pounced and made your move.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
That changed everything for me. So I no longer will keep you as a part of my life. When I see the type of person that you could be, I just always imagine, when I'm watching you doing what you are doing, I imagine that being me.
Yeah.
I can't let that happen. Not knowing that you have it in you is different when you don't know. It's another thing when they show you really who they are. So at this point in my life, I can't keep anything that does not serve me any purpose. But it took me to lose my aunt for me to really say, I got to cut stuff off. I
Mm-hmm.
can't keep that type of energy around just because we're related.
That makes sense.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
You need to take that shot. Are you good?
Yeah, because
I'm
I'm
good. I'm gonna take
Okay,
a
I was
sip.
making
gonna
sure.
be a
But
good
I don't
episode.
need.
clearly.
I don't need the shot, but I am gonna take a sip
I
because I made this
you
right
did.
You
here.
did.
So in
Period.
case y'all wondering
Come on,
what we're sipping
bartender.
on today,
Right.
just making it a little
And I don't
bit
know
light
which
here.
spot.
This right here is a watermelon Jolly Rancher. We'll make sure to put the ingredients down in the comments below so you can check it out.
It is
But I'm
very
gonna go ahead and
tasty.
take my sip,
It's very tasty.
and I'll, let y'all know if I'm be able to walk up out of here, because I was a little heavy
She
handed
gonna be lean.
on these cups. So there's that.
So what about you, Tam?
I think one experience I'd have to say is becoming a parent.
That was what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think before I had my daughter, I did not, I don't want to say I didn't picture myself with kids, but I didn't know when I would have kids. Like, you know, prior to getting married and everything, it was not like, as a child, I was never like, I want to be a mom. That
Same.
wasn't like ever something that I really said, like, I want to have kids by this age or anything like that. I just said, whoever, that I would not have kids until I was married. That was
Okay.
like my goal in life, because just because of like life experience,
Mm-hmm.
that was something that I didn't want to have to deal with,
Yeah.
having kids without being married. And then, you know, getting pregnant was difficult. And then having my daughter was difficult. Like a very difficult pregnancy. And then she was born prematurely. And then, I think realizing that she could have died,
Yeah.
was like, I I don't know. I was like, I threw myself into motherhood probably a little bit too much, because I was just so afraid that she could, like she was going to disappear.
Yeah.
Like I did not want her to be out of my presence. So that was a difficult, I think, experience for me is having children. I think that most definitely really reshaped who I am as a person.
Does that make you more protective?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Child, like
Come on, Mama
them
Bear.
kids, listen, they've stayed at her house. They stay with my mom, my husband's mom. Like I don't trust everybody with my
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
And I don't apologize for that. Like
Absolutely not.
they're my everything.
You see so much now on
Yes.
like social media that is just disgusting.
Yes.
And like people that you trust
Yeah.
or you will think to trust
Yeah.
like will harm your child
Yeah.
or do something. It's just
Yeah.
And
And
they don't understand until they get older too. Because my daughter will tell me
Yeah.
all the time, "You never let me stay over anybody." I'm like, "You don't even know."
you don't know.
Like, no,
Yeah.
we don't do that. Like,
The
we
funny
have to
thing is,
vet people.
my son talks about it, but it doesn't seem like he has an issue with the fact that he wasn't able to stay with people. He does now. I will say this: in his older years, he's expressed a lot of things that he's had an issue with.
They all do.
Like, not my problem. You old now,
right,
you
you
grown
old now.
Leave me alone.
But that wasn't one of that's not one of the bigger things that he harps on, and mainly it's probably because I never said no, you can't have friends over.
Mm-hmm.
I said you couldn't go over there.
Yeah.
But he saw the lives of a lot of his friends, and
Yeah,
so
it's not the same.
that's not something that he really harps on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that he felt like he missed out on anything with that. Topic for another show about all the things he does feel like I did, but
they don't get it.
They don't
Until they become parents.
Until they become parents.
So,
yeah, there's a lot of things that they
I
won't
say
get
that all
until
the
they become
time. Like
parents.
you don't understand.
Yeah.
Because you're not a mom.
Yeah, I tell my daughter that too. I'm like,
Yeah.
you'll get it when you become a parent, and you'll understand all the things and why, because we're trying to make sure that this little person is taken care of and that
Yeah.
nobody harms them, and like, because if someone harms them, then now I gotta go oops
Lord.
upside your head. So
Lord.
it's like, you just want to make sure that they're okay, basically.
Yeah.
And it doesn't come with a handbook, so you're just doing the best you can.
Literally winging it.
Right.
For
Right.
real.
Winging it.
Winging it.
Literally.
Like parenting is literally just
a hope and a prayer.
like,
Definitely.
every
Couple of
day.
prayers.
Yeah.
Okay, so yours.
Oh, mine is similar to yours. This is becoming a parent. I think that changed who I was. I was a parent early. Well, not too early. I was a parent at 20. So I'm only 29. But I think that changed who I was as a person. But I was a single parent, so I have the opposite of what your experience is. So I think that I didn't expect to be a single parent. That wasn't the plan, obviously. But that is what it is, and you take it and you roll with it. But it definitely shaped who I am as a person, because you do experience things, just you and your child. So
Yeah.
everything is pretty much on you.
Yeah.
And so you're doing all the things. So it changes you. It shows you just
Yeah.
how tough you can be. It shows you what you can get through, and the things that you can, how you can persevere and how you can overcome things.
Yeah.
So it just show you what you're really made of.
It made you grow up a little faster too.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely grew up like month one.
Really?
Like immediately.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, I know this isn't a Mother's Day show or anything, but honestly, shout out to y'all. Like, I know you guys have all experienced single motherhood, and I don't know that I was capable.
You would have been capable.
I know. And
Mhm.
but that's why I literally, and it, my mom was married to my father. That didn't change my childhood. He still was absent. So that was literally just a mindset for me. It had nothing to do with like my mom per se, but I think I picked a father for my children before I
Mhm.
picked a
A
husband
husband.
Yeah.
because I knew that whatever happened between us, he was still going to be present for his children.
Yeah, you is smart.
You are.
Okay.
You are. Where was you know what? Never mind.
Girl.
Yeah, like
Yes.
that was literally my goal. I was like, I do not want my children to be, without their father. Like, I think I turned out okay, but there's some things that you deal with when you don't have a father figure there in your life, that I think if you did have one, you wouldn't have experienced certain things or had to
there would
figure
be
it out
like a
on
balance.
Figure it
yourself.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So shout out to you guys, because
real.
like
For real.
parenting is hard enough by itself. Like, I don't know. Because we have two and it's two of us. So I feel like it's a even balance of like, when they were babies, it's like you got one, I got one.
Mm-hmm.
People with multiple kids and they're
Shout
single.
out to
I'm
them.
like,
See, that's why
Y'all.
multiple.
I don't know how y'all do it.
Shout out.
Yeah,
I'll
I
be
always
a-
said I would. I don't know how people manage having multiple kids. I'm sure you just do, because
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
it is what
Yeah.
it is. But I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't even imagine having more than one and just me, like
Yeah. Oh no,
navigating all this stuff. So
I'll go crazy.
I was like, stop, one and done.
Okay,
Um,
Miss Nika.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I've had a lot of experiences in my life, and one particular experience that I know has shaped me throughout my life was when my stepfather, he died by suicide, and I was 17. It wasn't his first time trying, so I came home from school, high school, didn't know I was getting out early, but came home. And he had attempted to commit suicide that day, and I actually,
Oh wow.
caught him in the act. So we had to get him help
Oh,
and all that. And as a teenager, you don't mental health wasn't a big thing back then where
yeah,
people
no,
talked about
sure.
it. So I didn't understand someone being bipolar or having to take pills to just be okay. So, and again, I'm a teenager, so I'm like, oh, he's not talking today. He's not doing this. Like, what's wrong with him? He's not into me. It's my senior year. So it was a lot of back and forth, and it was my mother's husband, and so it was always this push and pull where it was like she knew what was going on, but as that being her spouse, they kept things between themselves.
Yeah.
And I was just trying to understand, why is this man always angry, or why is he upset? And so he made a promise, like, that will never happen again. We had to go to therapy with him and all of this. So I trusted his word that he would be okay. I remember the day that it happened. My mom had just had surgery for a heart monitor or something, and she was just like, I don't want to be stressed. I don't want, you guys are going to have to figure this out. And I remember saying, I don't want to try anymore. Like, I'm done. And walked out the house. Like, I'm going to school. Bye. Got a call that he had taken his life in our home. And, so that changed, like, the perspective of life in general for me. One, I thought, like, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have said what I said. Was it my fault? Was I just being an asshole as this teenager? So I carried that for so long, and then I had to watch my mom, like, she lost her husband, and how she dealt with grief. So I'm looking at this woman like, wow, she's being strong. She had to plan this funeral and all these things. And I was still like, why would he do that? Like, why, why would he do this? And so
I understand that it was the illness.
It was, and I didn't at the time.
As
I
a
was
kid too.
Yeah, it was
Like, you were
selfish. I
hid.
thought, we were heavy in church too at the time, and having to go to church after that. And of course, people are talking and wondering, what happened. And it was a lot as a teenager for me. And then it was like, my mom has to deal with me my senior year going to prom and all this, it was a lot. And it changed who I was as a woman too, because it's like I hold on to people's words,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but then I don't trust your word either.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because it's like,
Are you
you
being
said
yeah.
this, but are you really going to do this? And it comes out in different ways, you know. So that was a big thing for me, and I know now, like I look back and I'm like, I went through this, and I understand why I am how I am, you know, and
Yeah.
having to go through therapy about it, and people asking questions as to, you know, how long was this going on, you know, how long was he sick. And now as an adult, I can go back because mental health, they're talking about it
Yeah.
more
Mhm.
now. It's just like I can learn more about it, and like,
Mhm.
okay, this is why he was quiet, or this is why he said what he said, and this is why my mom grieved the way she did, because she's like, well, I knew, you know, that he was going through this. He
Yeah.
said certain things to me, because when she moved on, it was like, you just lost your husband. And she's like, I've been dealing with this for years,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know. Just nobody knew. So
Yeah.
that was a big thing for me, and it was just like, okay, yeah, I see life differently now. I look at people differently, and I try not to say things that I don't mean.
Mhm.
So a lot,
Yeah.
it taught me to sit with my words
Yeah.
first.
Yeah,
Are you
absolutely.
sure?
Sometimes, sometimes, but a lot of times things, you know, I always say things that you mean.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Don't say the things that you don't mean, because you can't take that back. And
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
hold on to that. People
Yeah.
will hold on to your words. They hang on. I hear it all the time. Like, you hold on to every single word I say. I
Yeah.
do.
Mhm.
Because sometimes I feel like that's the truth coming out.
Mhm.
And sometimes it could be you're angry. You could be lashing out or whatever. But I'm holding on to it. And then I might go back to it later. So yeah, that changed. That changed for me. It changed the family dynamic, you know, his family,
Yeah.
because everybody was grieving in their own way, so they
Mhm.
had to place blame somewhere
Mhm.
too.
That's what I was just
Yeah.
wondering if
Mhm.
that
They had to
was.
place blame as to, you know, why
What could
he
be the
did it,
reason? Yeah.
what could have been happening.
Mhm.
And again, for me, I took that on too. Like, maybe that was the straw that broke the camel's back that day, because I said I didn't want to try anymore. And he's like, well, I'm done too, you know? And I had to go through life like, no, this man really just had,
Yeah.
you know, mental
Mhm.
issues.
But honestly, I think it's good that your mom didn't expose you to a lot of it beforehand, because certain trauma, dealing with it constantly, and I know you did have to deal with it in an aspect,
Yeah.
but her keeping it away from you is still sheltering you and allowing you to still be a child.
Yeah.
You know, you're not taking on adult
Adult. Yeah.
emotions
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
stuff like that, that you really have no idea how to process that.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
whatever you had to deal with was enough. Like,
Yeah.
you
Right.
know,
So
and the
imagine
fact that
having
you've
like
seen him, like, you know,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
went home to it.
That's
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
traumatizing enough.
Yeah. I mean, her and I have had those conversations too, where as an adult, I'm like, why didn't you tell me, you know, or explain it to me more so? So I wasn't lashing out. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm making good grades, and I'm like, look at my grades, or I have senior pictures. And he's like, I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
it was just, you know, very nonchalant. But has she sat me down like, hey, he's dealing with something, or he's going through this or that, maybe I would have understood a little bit
Honestly,
more.
Maybe.
Maybe.
as a kid though, I don't think you process things in that way, because
Yeah.
it's just like, why? Like, you
Yeah.
know, it's still you're an adult, and as much um as much as you think that they would get it, they don't.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
They
It's
don't
even
get
some
it.
adults who don't get
Yeah.
things today. You know
Kids
that.
kids do not process the same as adults, and
Yeah.
that's why I don't argue in front of my kids. I don't argue with my husband. Like, they've never heard us have like no heated
Yeah.
conversation at all, because I don't want them to ever try and wonder like why, what's going on, any of that. Like, that's not
Mm-hmm.
their
Mm-hmm.
business. If I can keep if I could keep it away from them, I will.
Yeah.
You know, I know there's some things that you can't avoid, but I think she did a good job. I
Yeah.
mean, and
Mhm, I agree.
not putting that on you, because no matter what, like, there's not going to be any excuse in your head as to why somebody wouldn't be proud of you
Yeah.
for making
Yeah.
good grades,
Yeah.
for like, you don't understand depression as much as an adult does, or, you know, whatever. Now, like you said, they are exposing kids more to mental health and
Right.
that type of
Yeah.
thing.
Well, look how
So,
long it took
yes.
for
it
this
took
to
a while.
become like
Yeah.
the norm, or
Because it wasn't something that was talked about.
Nobody
No.
talked
It was,
about it.
especially in the Black family. You know, that
Yeah.
was that was
Yeah,
very much
absolutely.
taboo.
yeah.
They didn't talk about. I mean, there's so many different things in the Black family that's not talked about, but mental health was definitely not one of
One of
those
them, yeah, for
things.
sure.
So usually, when you see people acting out in your family as adults, as a
He a
child,
crackhead.
they
Something.
they on drugs. Something
Something
wrong.
like,
Fish.
Yeah.
Oh my
like,
goodness.
Yeah.
it's not because they, you know, depressed or whatever.
Yeah. So I guess the question remains, have you made amends with that? With the whole situation as a whole, seeing what you saw to begin with, knowing that
It
there was
wasn't
a
your fault.
second attempt, knowing that your mom never told you. Like, I know you said that you went to therapy,
Yeah.
but even in going to therapy, therapy only works when you are really ready for it to work.
Oh, it took a long time for me to really, like, I never wanted to talk about it. Like, I was angry, because it was just, it changed my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it
I
changed
can
my
see
life. It
why.
changed, like, we don't talk to his side of the family like that. Maybe one or two cousins here and there, but I had stepbrothers within that marriage, and
And you have no relationship with them anymore?
none whatsoever. And again, it was placing blame somewhere, and we got the brunt of that. Of we don't know
They
what was
blamed
going
you?
on. Yeah, more so, my mom, and not to really overshare, but it was just so much that was kept a secret on that side. Like you said, it was very much taboo, where nobody really discussed it. I think they knew things were going
Yeah.
on, but nobody really talked about it. So they had to place blame, and it was so easy to place blame on someone who wasn't close enough to the situation.
Right.
So yeah, I always thought like it was my fault. Like, that I shouldn't have said what I said. I shouldn't have done that. And it took me a while, again, as I got older, to say, okay, no, that wasn't on me. That wasn't on me. So going to therapy, discussing with my mom, even back then, they picked out their caskets and all, and I thought that was the craziest thing to me. Like, you guys are really planning your
Yeah.
life.
Another taboo thing in the Black
Yeah.
household is they don't want to talk about,
Yeah.
planning for the what ifs.
Yeah. So
That's
they would
true.
do that. And I was like, okay,
But you know what? I have a friend whose mother planned out all of her
Entire.
things.
Mhm.
Yes, and the only thing that my friend had to do, well, too. The only thing that she had to do was just really just show up
Yeah.
and pick a date, but everything else was taken care of. Which I thought, I
Mhm.
was like, you know what, that was smooth. Like, she really
It takes
just
a lot out of the grieving process too, when you don't have to sit and try to figure
figure out.
Yeah.
stuff out. So I mean, I could appreciate
Yeah,
that, because
absolutely.
it's a lot going on when you're grieving, and it's also a lot going on when you are. I don't even know if this is a phrase per se, but when you are pre-grieving, like when
Mhm.
you're sitting watching
Yes.
somebody
Like your aunt. Yeah.
slip away,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
you are trying your best
So
to appreciate the life that's still there, while understanding that even the life that's still there is a horrible life for them.
And
Yes.
it's
Mhm.
slipping away right in front of your eyes.
Right in
Everything,
front- yeah.
every
So,
single day,
that's
every
tough.
single day, you wonder, you don't want to go to sleep, you want to stay awake because you don't know if you wake
they're-
up
And
Yeah.
that's the
yeah,
last time.
exactly.
and that's going to be it. So it's a lot of stuff that shapes your mind as you become an adult, as you get older and you start really experiencing things. Because like I said, that my situation was one situation that changed my perspective in life. Of course, becoming a mom did, getting
Mhm.
married did, starting the workforce changed
Yeah.
my man.
Yeah.
Look, let me tell you,
Everything.
I wanted to
Everything.
be an
Everything.
adult so bad. I wanted to have a job and make my own
Man.
money.
And
I
now
couldn't
look at
wait
us.
to get out of high school. And baby, I'm looking at them now like, man, yeah, so y'all get
It was
summer
all a
break.
lie. It was
Good.
all a lie.
Yeah.
So y'all get a spring break.
Yeah.
Y'all get a summer break.
Yeah.
You get all that time off for the
Yeah.
winter. I get one day every couple months.
Yeah.
And they be looking at you sideways then if you want to take a day before that day so you can have an extra day on the
You
day
got
they
enough
gave
hours.
you.
Right.
And I never have enough hours.
Woo,
Never.
That's
But
another show.
It's
That she can't be a part of. She
because
got no
I'm gonna have to
hours.
be at work and I don't have
She
enough
got no
hours.
hours.
But
Oh,
you
wow.
look at life so different with every little thing that
True.
happens. Like literally we're talking about something that changed our perspective on life, but tomorrow could be a whole nother
Yeah.
thing that suddenly changes your perspective on life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
all
because
over.
everything
All over.
around
All
you,
over.
anything can happen
Yeah.
pretty much.
So, but it's good to acknowledge
Mm-hmm.
that things happen in life.
Mhm.
You have to figure out how you are going to deal with each thing that comes at you because every day is the
Something new.
opportunity for something new
Yeah.
to
Mhm.
come. It's the opportunity for you to learn something new about yourself. Cause I never knew. I'll be honest. I've spoken before about how I was very naive. So to realize in that situation that I could just be like, no, I'm done. Deuces. I'm
Yeah.
cool. And really stick by that because that's really what I felt. That's really how I felt. I realized I reached a different part in my life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I reached this place of where peace is so much important to me than having pieces of people.
True.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I
come on
didn't
now.
I
Okay.
didn't want
Words.
that.
Okay.
I didn't want that
Yeah.
anymore. I didn't feel like I was able to get what I wanted many years back. And so like I always wanted to be like a daddy's girl. I tell
Yeah.
people that all the time. I
Yeah.
wanted to be a daddy's girl. And realizing that was never something that was ever going to happen for me.
Mhm.
I've got grown and was like, dude, so yeah, about this father thing. I've already bought my first house. I've already bought my first car. I've already had a child. I've already gotten married. I've already gotten my first loan. I've already been turned down for my first loan.
Yeah.
There's so many different things that's happened that, you know, the daddy would be there for that he was never there for. And I'm like, so you
Yeah.
can open my jar of spaghetti sauce now?
You know what?
I don't. You know what I'm
I
saying?
cannot.
I don't have a need to keep you in my life if now I got to look for a reason for you to be
To
there.
be here.
Because the
Yeah.
things that I
Okay.
needed you to be there for, you opted
They've
out.
already.
Yeah.
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 Exactly.
So I was like, hey, the new perspective is if it doesn't serve me and I know it doesn't serve me, then let it go. And I did. And I felt this weight lifted because there were so many things that I felt like I needed to have that I was still looking for, that I was waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, for what?
Yeah.
What's your purpose? So
I have a question though. If
Mhm.
each of us can give like a negative and a positive to whatever perspective you feel like changed your life, a negative and a positive to that.
the
Okay.
negative for me is losing relationship
Mm-hmm.
because I grew up like they literally were staples in my life.
Mm-hmm.
At least for my aunt and my uncle. My father was not really a present person, but I was raised by his sister. I
Okay.
was raised by his mom. So the positive of all of that is that I still got to experience my dad's side of the family, even though I
Mhm.
couldn't get him. I
Parts of
got
him.
what
Yeah.
those little parts that I was able to have, and those were the best parts
Mm-hmm.
of him. If that's all that I could get
Yeah.
from him, he gave me the best that he could
Yeah.
give in his sister and in his mom. So the negative was never really having that relationship
Mm-hmm.
and never having the opportunity to ever have it ever. The positive is that I got
Yeah.
to experience these amazing women
Yeah.
that helped to shape who I am. And
Yeah.
that would be his mother and my aunt. Those are the women who actually raised me. So that's my negative. That's my positive. He's a big negative. But yeah. And I hate to have that perspective. I really do. Because like I said, I always did want to be a daddy's girl. So I hate to feel that way, but you know, it is what it is. And I don't really think that he really made any effort either.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
He's gonna call.
He gonna call?
I mean, something. He gonna come out here.
He's not gonna call.
Okay.
I can
I was being
guarantee you
positive.
he's not gonna call.
I think for me, the negative part, because I dealt with a lot with like abandonment issues. Like that was a huge part for me. Like
Yeah.
I felt
I can see
abandoned
that.
in that moment because one, you told me that, hey, it's not gonna happen again. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do this. So it caused me to feel abandoned in so many different areas of my life. Like, and I would hold on for way too long when I should walk away.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I remember being married and going through a part of the marriage where there was a breakdown in the communication where it's like, I don't want to talk. And I'm always one where I'm like, no, what's wrong? Tell me what's wrong. Are you okay? What's going on? And it's like, give that person a minute. But I'm so like, are you okay?
Yeah.
You're not talking. Is
Trying to
everything
make
okay? Because I'm
sure.
trying
Yeah.
to make sure. And I realized where it was coming from.
Yeah.
And I'm still like that. I'm still
Mhm.
like, are you okay? You
Mhm.
want to talk about it?
Yeah.
You want to, instead of giving people time.
Yeah.
to process. So I think I don't want to say it's a negative, but I can put that in that category as a negative. When I look at certain situations, I'm like, that's a bit of a negative. The positive side of that is that I learned to love on people more, because you don't know the time.
Yeah.
I know you all know, like I lost a child,
Yeah.
and that was a big part where it was just like, love the time that you have and the moments that you have. I've learned to really sit with myself a lot of times. Like I'm very reflective and I'm always processing things. So I get quiet. So I'm learning, I'm still learning when to speak up and learning when to just sit with myself.
Yeah.
And not to push, because there's always this push and pull.
Yeah.
So I'm learning that part too. And so the positive that came out of that situation was learning to love deeply, learning to hold on more so onto the words and being meaningful and intentional about what I say, how I say things.
Yeah.
I'm human, so we get
Yeah,
mad,
of
we get
course.
angry, so
And then
yeah. So sometimes you say things,
Yeah.
but I'm learning sometimes like, hold that back, let it
Yeah.
just swallow that, So that's a positive for me. Like I've learned that in time.
I think the negative for me would have been, even though the relationship with my daughter's father didn't work out, that there was no, like that I was a single parent. It's different than being just a single person.
Yeah.
But then just being a single parent, I think that was negative. It wasn't a negative experience. But I would have obviously preferred her father to be present and to be a part of her life, because I think, like you said, you need that. Kids need that balance. The positive is that, I mean, we've been doing it. She's 24. She is thriving. She is a college graduate. Like, we did the thing.
you did.
Yeah.
You
So,
did. You did that, friend.
I have a great family and great friends, and like, we rallied, and it ain't been perfect, but we done did it.
All
And
right.
still doing it.
And still doing.
Yep.
Mine, I would say, is I think having my children probably made me feel like I could do anything. Like,
Superwoman.
yeah.
Okay.
Like, I literally am a braider. I could do my own nails. I could do probably anything.
See,
And
I
I
can't
just,
do that.
Yeah, look.
like, I just literally will try everything.
Yeah.
But I feel like, and they have so much faith in me. Like, they will come and be like, could you make me this, that, or the other? And I'm like, I can't do that.
We all do.
We do.
Like,
She's our mom.
in my head, I don't want to be like, no, I cannot. But I end up, looking it up and finding out a way to do it.
You are so sweet.
Because my kids be like, can you do it? I be like, hold on, let me call Tam.
I
See
be
what
like,
she
ooh.
can do.
I be like,
Girl, let me make you a hair appointment.
I'm like, do that on Amazon? Right.
Yeah. Like, I think that I've literally tried to do absolutely everything you could pay people to do. And like I started doing my daughter's hair simply because somebody braided her hair too tight. And I was like, I don't want her to have that experience anymore.
Yeah.
So literally just being a parent just makes me feel like I could probably do anything.
Because they think we can't.
And then the negative is probably the equivalent is that I think I could do everything. It's like I probably sometimes should delegate.
Yeah.
I probably should let people do other things for them, but I don't want them to ever feel like I'm not there, like I'm not present, that I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do as a parent. So I think a part it's basically like the same thing. The fact that I feel like I could do everything is a negative and a positive.
Yeah.
Hey, well, I think we have gotten to this point where we need to have a little bit of fun.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
This is
It's
what
been heavy, okay?
our shot is for.
Girl.
All right, so we have a new segment
Yes.
that we are introducing. And it requires us to have a little alcohol just in case we decide to punk out.
Our mocktail now.
Right. Hello.
Or water.
Mocktail in the building.
Okay. or a double shot of water.
Sound like some hateration over here.
Judgment. I'm telling you.
No hateration or holleration.
We support you. We
No.
Sip
support
or
you.
spill
Yes.
is our new segment.
It's our new
We want to thank you
segment.
all for putting your comments in the comment section for questions that we can ask. We will be pulling from those things to get, some more questions to ask. Yeah.
So what's our question?
Our question today is there ever a situation where cheating is acceptable?
Oh, pick me.
In your opinion.
Pick me.
opinion.
Ooh, I'm going first.
And we're not talking
down.
about hall passes now.
No.
Because Usher. Wait, okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, well,
She your biggest fan.
there it is then.
She is your biggest fan.
Superstar.
She is your
Yes,
biggest fan. Okay, so story time.
Okay.
Ooh.
Story time.
Juicy.
Story time.
Do we need to sip or you just...
I'm not sipping because I am going to answer the question.
Okay.
I forgot the question.
What was the question again, Tam?
Is there ever a time?
Is there ever
Okay.
a time where cheating is acceptable?
Okay.
In your opinion?
So I'm going to first answer the question by saying no. I don't think that is acceptable. However,
Everything that you said before then does not matter then.
I'm going to follow up with no, because I had to say that because I don't want the audience out there thinking that I believe that
we fight
what
everybody.
happened.
So don't get
Like, don't believe that. Don't believe that.
I don't want them out there thinking that I feel like it was right. I'm just going to tell you what happened. You can decide for yourself. But there was a situation many, many, many years ago. I am happily married today, just so that y'all know that.
Happily.
But I was in a relationship where I am a person who likes to communicate. And if there seems like there's something going on, I'm going to ask you what's going on. In my earlier years in my relationship, sex was not an issue. We didn't have any problems. Sex was not an issue. And then it became an issue. All of a sudden, it disappeared.
Wait, okay. Never
You
mind.
know what?
I'm sorry. Oh, my bad.
Care to elaborate?
Right.
We stopped having it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Like you wanted it and he didn't, or
That
vice
is
versa?
correct.
Okay.
That
okay.
is correct.
Okay.
Vamos.
It disappeared. And so before anybody just thinks that there was no, hey, try to figure out what's going on. I tried for months to figure out what the hell is the problem.
Mhm.
Did she say months? Okay.
I said months,
Yeah.
multiple 30 days.
Because after
had
2 weeks,
passed.
not a week, maybe. Okay, anyway, go ahead.
So I kept asking, what's going on? And so for women, y'all know, if we sitting here like, hey, what's happening? And we're not getting no answer, the first thing we're going to assume is if you're not getting it from me,
You getting it from
You're
you're
somebody
getting
else.
it from somewhere else. So I'm asking, what's the problem? I'm sitting here, hey, let's talk. I'm setting it up so that it's just us, so that we can have a moment so that we can figure out what the issue is.
Mm-hmm.
And you're being told, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing.
Maybe they were
So
going through menopause.
that man pause
Man.
is what I'm saying.
You know what?
It was not menopause. The man paused.
Mm.
Damn, cold world.
And I could not get any answers at all. So after about 4 months of
4 months? You
became a city girl.
I did not become a city girl.
Okay.
You was
Okay.
I did not.
outside.
I wasn't outside. I went
Okay.
indoors.
Okay.
4 months?
4 months.
She said I went indoors.
I will say that I did cheat.
Okay.
And I didn't lie. When he asked me about it, I said yes. And I think that in his mind was like,
This raggedy bitch.
and I really could have been at that moment. It is
She was
what
processing
it
that
is.
she was actually honest.
Right.
But I didn't have a reason to lie, and I followed it up with, at this juncture, I didn't know what this was anymore.
You're not giving me what I need.
I've been asking.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
I've been trying to figure out. You haven't been talking to me, and as far as I'm concerned, if you're not getting it from me, you got to be getting it from somewhere else. So how come I'm not? Now, again, I'm not saying that that was the best approach, but at that point, I'm like, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was honest about what happened. In my big girl age, I would have realized that at that point, you should have just walked away.
Yeah.
And it's not even, there's no real purpose for cheating at this point. At this juncture, if you're not getting out of your relationship what it is that you need out of your relationship, and there's no communication and there's no way for you to really understand what is happening in front of you, and you don't see a light at the end of the tunnel, it's okay to walk away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Cheating doesn't have to happen anymore. Whatever you got going here is not really serving you. And it's only so much that you can try to pull something out of somebody.
Right.
And yeah, they
Yeah.
could have been going through depression. And yes, they could have been dealing with mental illness. It could have been so many different things. But if I don't know what's going on,
Right.
and you're not going to tell
You're
me,
not telling me.
what's
Yeah.
Then you're
going
leaving me
on,
to guess. And who knows
then
what
you're
your
leaving me
guess
to
is gonna
make
be.
my own assumption.
Yeah.
And my assumption is that you doing you, so I'm going to do me.
Because
So
you're not
Don't
doing
let
me.
your coochie
So,
be sad
Clearly.
for too long.
4 months. Oh,
yeah.
it was on the shelf.
did
I mean,
you-
it was. It
it
was
was-
getting, like,
Sorry.
it was expired.
I apologize.
I don't know if y'all heard
It
this
did,
over
did.
here.
Sorry.
She
Okay.
said, I let my coochie be sad for too long.
Sorry.
You did.
Sorry.
Because
My
4 months
apologies.
is way too long.
That's a long time for.
That's a long time.
I mean, you try. You know what I'm saying? You.
Oh, I thought you said it was dry.
Sorry.
Wait a minute. You know what? On the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Ooh, where them fans at? Oh my god.
Really? That's what you. All right.
Sorry.
So that's my answer.
Bring it back together.
And
You know
because
what? That's the end of all answers. I don't even know.
I think y'all need to
Bye,
drink
y'all.
because
Let's have a drink.
I answered.
That was
and
a good answer.
I don't know what the question was.
Mine is the only acceptable, in my opinion, is to get your lick back.
Bow, bow.
We outside.
Outside.
I mean, if you found out he was cheating on you, I feel like it's only right.
Yeah.
Get your lick back.
Okay.
Lick something because
What is happening? What's happening today?
I don't.
What is happening?
I must have made. That's it. Why the drink, y'all?
We didn't even drink a lot of it yet.
Well, I've been
Is that
drinking
the
mine. You've
question?
been babysitting,
Is it acceptable?
and you're embarrassing me on the show, friend.
I don't even got no
That's all
answer.
you got? Oh no,
Just no.
that's all you got.
Drink your water.
Nika, what you got?
Girl, she done gave it to us.
I can't.
I got.
No, it's not.
That
You want to
was
say
not.
something else,
She
Fred?
did want to say something else. I don't feel like
Okay,
that was your
listen.
honest answer.
No. So
See?
No.
no,
No.
it's not. Unless
Unless
there are some things going wrong where you cannot function, and
Your coochie broke.
Oh,
Are
see,
you-
you know what?
you-
okay.
Okay. I still feel like
I don't even know what a broken coochie is. So what are we
No.
talking about?
But I feel like at this age we can just walk away. It don't have to
No,
be.
Do you
like,
mean like a
yeah.
medical
She's
issue?
talking about like
Yeah.
a medical issue.
Yeah.
She said your coochie broke. she said, Lord,
yes, if it is,
how does one break a coochie? Can
know
you
what?
elaborate?
I don't know because mine has never been broken.
Oh,
So
oh.
I don't know. I don't know how.
But
it can be,
but you
if.
know that broken coochies exist, is what you're saying.
I'm thinking they can be.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not a doctor.
So me either.
But
I think if it is broken, then hey, you love me.
Okay, you know what? Let me see. Are you saying that perhaps maybe somebody is paralyzed or incapable
Yep.
of
That could be
and
it,
that situation?
hypothetically.
But I feel like
why are you so concerned?
I know she's like confused.
I feel like
She's like, is this real life?
it could be real life. Maybe now.
Okay, that could be real life. I just didn't know that's where she was going.
Oh,
Well,
She was
yeah.
going somewhere else.
That's the only. That's
Okay.
the only thing.
but I feel like that's a hall pass. Like I don't know if that's technically. Well, it could be cheating
that's
if you don't
cheating,
tell
too.
them. No, I don't.
I'll say this though, like if I was incapable of if my coochie was broke,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I would like I would not want
Yes.
my husband
I
to
agree
be
with him.
miserable.
But you know what? There's other ways that you can please him.
But in the end,
But it's
they want that
that's
stuff.
still broke.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
You know.
Yeah,
I agree with
I
him.
would say like
Yeah.
I would say yes.
But that's
You're
a
free
hall
to do
pass.
that.
That's a hall pass.
It's a different scenario.
That's a
what
different
you're saying.
scenario.
different.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
that'll
not-
be another sip and spill
That
question.
will,
different.
because that's different. We
so
talking
then-
about.
So
to-
everybody is no, except
Basically.
you. Well,
Well, she said no to begin
oh, you
with.
said no.
But she had
I
a
said no, but I did.
However,
That's different.
however.
No, but I did.
Yeah,
Right,
that's that's different. I mean, I gotta communicate. It was sad. Okay,
And
well, I
why?
agree. Wait, Dad, did you say that? For 4 months? That doesn't.
Your coochie was
Okay,
sad. Just
okay.
admit it.
You know
Okay.
what? You know what?
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you all.
Thank y'all for coming out. God bless you and good night. Because what is even happening here?
Cheers.
It's late night. Anyway, thank y'all again for joining us on
Yes.
yet another episode of 3 to 105. Because anybody
we
can
can't
get it.
High five.
Join us here
Every Thursday.
next week. And let's see what we're going to be talking about then. In the meantime, as usual, subscribe, share with everybody,
Comment.
and make sure that you're commenting, letting us know what you want to see, what you like.
And the coochie ain't dry.
We ain't really.
Period.
Please don't talk to us about your coochie. Definitely not interested. At any rate, we love y'all as usual. See you next week. Cheers.
Good night.